Tunisia versus Kenya preview, team news, time, and where to watch Harambee Starlets as they look to keep Women's African Cup of Nations dream alive. So welcome back to L4B Football, Kenya's biggest football channel. And yes, we are going to be looking at Tunisia versus Kenya, the preview, the team news. And remember that this is the second leg. The first leg was played at Ulinzi Sports Complex in Nairobi. The game ended 0-0. So it is all to play for in Tunis. Harambee Starlets have a tricky match away to Tunisia on Wednesday, but must ensure they win to seal their place in the final round of the Women's African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Harambee Starlets coach Beldin Odemba and her team have their backs against the wall as they take on Tunisia in our 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations qualifier. Odemba's team flapped their lines at Ulinzi Complex last Friday to record a dour goalless draw in a match the tactician was heavily criticized for her selection and tactics. So let's look at the preview. Kenya could have scored at least one or two, but failed and now must avoid conceding on enemy territory and ensure they get one over the line to proceed to the next round. A scoring draw could still suffice as they would go through on away goals, but that would be a risky approach. Tunisia, meanwhile, played a cautious game in Nairobi, opting to stay tight at the back with a view to finishing it off at home and are expected to come all out against Kenya. That could actually be a good thing for Odemba's charges as they can take advantage of the gaps left behind by the North Africans to hit them on the break and secure a result that they need. So remember that Odemba was actually criticized after the last match because she did not start a natural striker. We talked about it in the previous video. But yes, let's look at the Harambee Starlets team news. Odemba named a 23-member squad for the return leg in Tunisia and resisted the temptation of tinkering with the team, maintaining the same players who were selected for the first leg. However, changes in the starting 11 are inevitable after what was witnessed on Friday, and among those expected in is striker Gentrix Shikangwa, whose 90th minute introduction raised eyebrows at Ulinzi Complex. And before we go into whether this is Odemba's final match, do make sure to subscribe to Kenya's biggest football channel. Is this Odemba's last match? And a lot has been said. However, while she's planning for Wednesday's match, Starlets coach Odemba is on the brink of getting sacked following reports that Football Kenya Federation has lined up a former tactician Alex Alumira to replace her. Alumira is said to be on standby and was even lined up to travel with the team to Tunisia, showing the tricky situation she finds herself in. Time and where to watch the match. The match will kick off at 6 p.m. Kenyan time at the Stade Olympique de Sousse in Tunisia and will be streamed on various platforms. So we're still waiting to hear where exactly y'all can watch this game today. What next for Starlets if they win? So interesting enough, if Harambee Starlets do win today, they will play either Niger or Gambia in the final round of the qualifiers. And this would mean that if they actually win the final round, it would be their second appearance, having made their debut in 2016. So it will just be the second appearance in the Women's African Cup of Nations. So there's a lot at stake. And we are backing Harambee Starlets to proceed to this big tournament. A lot was actually said about AFCON, well, for the men's side, but it's still a big tournament. So yes sir, that's been it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Do remember that the game is at 6 p.m. East African time today, and we're looking forward to actually a really good game and hoping for the best for Harambee Starlets. Do make sure to check out our other social media platforms at L4B Football. Do like this video and remember to subscribe to Kenya's biggest football channel. For more of these Kenyan national football teams, do make sure to click the playlist. And as always, support Kenyan football. We out.